Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a Wednesday morning here on Smooth 98.1. You're listening to The Locker Room, which is live as part of Smooth Breakfast. But Tega has come to join me, Tega. Good morning, Tega.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Tega's an amazing person. You can find her up on Twitter at Tega Supreme or at LIS International.
What do you want, Valentine?
That's
I
where she
don't have
becomes a superhero there. In the meantime, before I tell you what I want, thank you very much. In the meantime, we'll be talking about sports stories, sharing all the details from talking about the Gypsy Kings, the Super Falcons from Jose Mourinho, Borussia Dortmund, all of them in the news this morning. Please send us your messages to 0809 444 0981. That is on WhatsApp 0809 440 981. If you want to tweet at us at Smooth981FM, that is valid. Use the hashtag LockerRoom981. On YouTube, we're streaming live. Please leave us a comment in the comment section. Let's start with this first story. Super Falcons captain Onoma AB has waved off suggestions that the Nigerian team parade some of the oldest players in the African Women Cup of Nations. In her words, she said, "This is the senior national team. It means that it is meant for senior women players. If we have under 17 that are good enough to come into the team, they can. But if we have women who are 40 and are still playing, we cannot just wish them away," she said. Her coach, Thomas Deneby, buttressed her points by saying, "My players might be old, but they are still among the best in the continent."
exactly. I don't know what it is with these people and the ages of these girls. So, some journalists were trying to say that maybe the pace of the younger players would have been better for the team as opposed to these older players that they are taking. I asked them this question: why they don't say this for the Super Eagles sometimes? I don't know.
That's exactly
Well,
what I was going to
the
ask.
men are experienced, the women
So,
are experience with the women
when
is
it's age,
oh,
so my
they're
age,
old.
Mimi.
So I think it was the most ridiculous of questions. But the ladies, I mean, dealt with this issue during the press conference, and sometimes the press just asks you questions too highly up. So I guess your best way to give them an answer would be just to perform on the pitch. And it was a very tough game for the Super Falcons against Cameroon yesterday. Some people say, oh, they went via penalties, they're not convincing. Cameroon is a tough team. The rest of, like I said, the rest of Africa has caught on. Nobody is smiling. I mean, the way, if you watch the South Africa game, the way they moved the ball around, the way they played, that's not the South Africa Bayana that you normally would see. So the rest of Africa has caught up with us, and Nigeria needs to do better, a bit more with her development programs and her preparation pre-tournament and all her competitive matches and friendlies and the rest of them. And that's the only way they can catch up. But Nigeria just nicked it by experience. In fact, before the penalty shootout, when one of the Cameroonian players was wasting time, somebody just said, I don't think this Cameroonian player know that this Nigerian goalkeeper saves two penalties per game.
Yes.
And it's true. It's like she has a history of saving penalties. She may not do well during the game, but penalty shootout,
You can't get past that.
she will come up with one or two saves per five penalties.
Imagine that.
And then she gets, I mean, the penalty shootout starts and she saves two penalties. In fact, there was one that she caught in her hand. I was like, this girl, you're just ridiculous.
And I'm sure the one who played it was probably looking out in shock, like, how do you catch that?
Yeah, she was,
How?
and that was the one girl with the personal vendetta against Nigeria.
Yes.
She'd been beaten too many times by Nigeria, and she wanted revenge. So during the games, she was just troubling the defense. She found a way to give Nigerian defense and midfield problems, but penalty shootout, she couldn't do anything about it, and so Nigeria is through to the final. That, and also by virtue of that, they've qualified automatically for the World Cup in France in 2019.
Yes.
So they'll be at that World Cup, but they still have to win this tournament. I mean, since they're already here, and they play a South Africa that defeated them in the first match by 1-0. A South Africa that is looking great and looking good.
Yes. A chance
So
for revenge.
it's a chance for revenge, but it can be another opportunity to show that South Africa has left them behind. But let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes for the Nigerian girls. Either way, their first ambition was to get to France, and they're there. So the cup is up next.
It's very close, actually. Yeah, we can smell the cup, can feel it. So let's talk about this Gypsy King that we touted earlier. So according to his father John, boxing has saved Fury's life. And the showdown here in Los Angeles that I'm looking forward to watch on Sunday morning, as everyone else
Yep.
is a reward for a remarkable transformation. Now, the best part of the 10 Stones lighter Fury is favored by many respected voices to create an upset on Saturday. And for us Sunday morning,
Yeah.
it is a testament to his commitment and pedigree that there is even an argument about the outcome. In a poll of pundits in November issue of Boxing Monthly, a publication for boxing that covers the world of boxing, Wilder came out on top, but only by 18 votes to 12. It is that kind of fight. One to send wise heads spinning, and I see a lot of speculations, projections. Anthony Joshua said he's not going to be there to watch the match.
No. Anthony Joshua can't even be bothered.
Yeah, he's probably just see the highlights 2 days later.
Yeah, he'd be busy.
Or something, yes.
Everybody, he's a guy now, so everybody wants to try and make money off him. So
he's
he's
the
just,
man everybody's fighting
exactly.
to go meet.
So usually people come to these boxing bouts to try and keep themselves in the limelight, keep themselves in
relevance.
He's already there.
He's there.
So he doesn't need the extra pressure.
He's looking down on them like,
he doesn't want to be sitting by the side of the ring and then somebody wins the fight and comes and says, "You're next." He doesn't need all that drama.
No need for that insult.
You can tweet at him. He may read it or he may not. But what it is Wilder and Fury will take on each other. Now, the reason why Fury has come up so much is, again, the weight he's lost.
Yes.
The concentration he's put into this. He's been showing some of his practice videos. It's actually amazing. And again, I have to say this. Before Fury fought Klitschko, it didn't look like he stood any chance, and then he won that fight easily. And so people are looking at it and saying he wasn't even very fit in that fight.
Yes,
and then he gets into Tyson Fury. This Tyson Fury's fight, he's in good shape in his body. He's in good shape with his mental health. So he must have a chance of winning it, regardless of the fact that Tyson Fury is a pounder and he's a grinder and he never gives up till the last punch. So all of a sudden his odds are going up based on the fact that his physical form is improving.
Yes.
But let's see how it goes for both of them. It will be interesting for me. Either way, one loud mouth will be shot. That's my own. At the end of the day,
making mouth since. Okay, so Jose is back in the news. Jose Mourinho launched water bottles into the Old Trafford turf in a display of relief after Manchester United qualified for the Champions League knockout phase with a dramatic victory over Young Boys. Mourinho said relief, frustration before that, and relief for the goal when he was asked to explain his wild celebrations. He continues, he said, "We did not play for 0-0. We did not play to be in trouble until the last minute. So frustration, I was not happy with the players, not at all. I was frustrated with the fact that we could not score. My players were very tired in the end, and that is what I love. I want my players to be tired. They gave everything and did that with moments of every good football, moments of quality, moments of hypothetical, beautiful goals, but also with moments of pleasure, moments of lack of confidence. That frustrated us, but in the end, we scored, and then he flung the bottle of water.
Yeah, it was. Look, when the game started, it looked like a different Manchester United. People always say, "Oh, Mourinho sets up defensively." They were playing football. They were, fluid. They were creating chances. They just weren't scoring.
Yes.
Biggest culprit was Rashford. The second culprit, if you ask me, was Martial trying to do a bit too much with the ball, which is why Didier Deschamps will not pick you in the starting lineup. Better change your mind and grow up. But what it was that frustration of they're playing so well. Where are the goals? And that's where the struggle was coming from. So yes, I understand when he says he was frustrated because he didn't see the goals coming. Because he's saying, okay, put these guys that will get you goals, and then you put them on the pitch and they are not getting the goals.
Yes.
Regardless of the fact that they're playing so well. So, but congratulations to Manchester United. In the end, the guy that his football does not have fone, doesn't play sexy football, is the one that got the goal that they needed to go through. Which is why sometimes you see coaches take a guy like Fellaini, and you look at him.
Why.
Exactly. This guy doesn't have skill. He doesn't even know which one is his left or his right leg. But somehow he just comes up with the goods when they need it. And that's what I was frustrated at. There was Mata on the pitch. There was Pogba on the pitch. and there was Lukaku, there was Fellaini, there were all these guys with height in the 18-yard box, but everybody was still trying to walk the ball into the back of the net. You're not Arsenal, my friend. Put that ball in the air. Let Fellaini not it. Let Fellaini not it. And let it be a goal. It's that simple. But they didn't do that. Eventually, they got the ball in the box, and Fellaini scored. Congratulations to Manchester United. It would have been frustrating to try and go to Valencia looking for a point, but now that they've qualified with that game in hand, they can afford to just go to Spain and
just chill.
You understand? So congratulations to Manchester United again for getting through to the next round.
All right, ladies, about to take a break. We'll be back to talking more about sports and looking into more details as Jurgen Klopp is back in the news. We'll speak about that. But remember, you can send in your messages through WhatsApp to 0809 444 981.
Hi everyone, this is
Okay.
You are chilling right here on Smooth 98.1.
I'm cold.
Hello?
I've told you this thing before, Isabel. I need a duvet in the studio, to cover my feet. I don't know why when I talk you're laughing. I need it. It's cold. Isabel, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's not a video. It's supposed to be.
Cool.
What's that? Is there money involved?
I'm telling you.
Are you kidding me? I need a must put the Nigeria vibe in it. Is our internet working? Is it working?
Internet.
It was being very slow. So you come back with the messages.
Okay.
To dry skin this Hamatan.
Go to your app store, download and install, open and sign up, you can even choose your own theme, cash out at any branch or ATM, schedule your payment.
No, okay. That's the first story.
Oh, yeah, this one.
So when we read the messages, then we come back to Liverpool.
Okay.
Introducing the new Sterling One Pay, your
Can
personal
we take this too,
digital
sir?
banking solution from Sterling Bank. With Sterling
Yeah,
One
we
Pay,
can do
you
whatever.
schedule
Okay, this one.
payments,
Yeah.
choose things that
26.
reflect you, and even hide your balance with the Panic Pin. It's the platform that's got your back.
I think it's
Sterling
coming
One
now.
Pay from App Stores today.
Mommy, what key won't open any door?
A monkey.
A monkey.
Very smart.
Here's another one. Why can't
Cheese.
a leopard hide?
Because it is big.
No, because it's spotted.
Wow, you are one smart little girl.
Did you know that 90% of brain growth occurs in the first
So yesterday I
5
did
years of a
5
child's
push-ups.
life? Pick
I'm
4
shocked.
fast
Oh, wow.
especially
Nice.
families with
That's effort.
children.
I'm telling you, man. Some days it's only 10 I can do. Only.
Some days I can't even do one.
Can't
I'll
kill
be back
yourself. We're back. Studio.
You're tuned into Nigeria's #1 station, Smooth 98.1.
That's right. Your smoothest dial on radio, and keep it locked here. Smooth 98.1. Keep your messages coming through to WhatsApp 0809 444 0981. You're listening to The Locker Room with myself, Valentine, and Tega. Lagos. Shagun sent in this message from Ishaga on WhatsApp. It says the Falcons started not too good, but they've left that behind and gone in for the trophy. Congratulations in advance. I guess that is right. Rainmaker sent in this one. It says, good luck to the ladies who just booked a ticket to the final against the more tactical South Africa team. We won, but there are a lot of lessons that we need to learn. The chief should be that we must not take half of this current team to the World Cup. Most of the ladies should honorably bow out after this tournament. Age is really a factor to the tact and fitness. But Val, should we get the diet of those Cameroonian women and add it to the Falcons menu? Those ladies we're doing like robots. They know they tire. By the way, Manchester United won. Is it certain now that we can qualify?
You have qualified.
Yeah. And according about the Cameroonian women, I think I should consider that. We'll find out what they put in their stew or something. Chesa from Okota sent in a message. Chesa says, "See how Tega's voice was sharp in her intro. Her girls won."
Yes, sir.
That is the motivation there. Shei sent in this one, says, "Tega, please call South Africa's coach now. Tell her that the Falcons will fill their basket with goals in the finals. Real Madrid's experience is working for them. Bayern did not pity at all. Fellaini, as a rejected stone, is now the hero. Man City's first loss in the EPL will be by one small English club." Oh, wow.
Prophecy.
My goodness, that is not good. Anyway, let's go back to the stories. Now, Jurgen Klopp has been in his elements this week preparing for this Liverpool side for the many threats posed by Paris Saint-Germain. Klopp said in an interview, he said 2 very ambitious teams will face each other in a very interesting competition and an interesting situation in the group. We go for everything, and that is how it should be. Very often when you see groups after the draw, you know immediately who will go through. The first 2 are pretty clear most of the time. In this group, from the beginning, it was clear it was a difficult one. We have never moaned about it. We did not think negatively about it. We're looking forward to the game in Paris because we do not play here very often. It's a big task. It is really exciting.
Yes, I hope it will be exciting for us too, because that's what we want to see, an excitement. Good news for PSG. Neymar and Mbappe are supposedly fit for this game. Whether they're going to play from the start or be introduced into the game somewhere along the lines, we don't know yet. But what it is that they're fit for the game according to team news, so
Yes.
it will make that even more interesting. But I mean, the first leg was pretty interesting. It took a last minute winner, I think, to get Liverpool through. So I want to see another game of goals because there's a lot on the line. Napoli is still in this group, so this is a very important game for both PSG and Liverpool, especially PSG, who haven't really impressed in this year's Champions League despite the stars they have. So that's going to be a big one today.
Yes.
Liverpool, PSG. Let's see how it turns out. More drama for me, the fact that both of them are playing. But the fact that Jurgen Klopp is excited means that he's very hopeful.
Yes, he's optimistic.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. He
So-
can see it. Anyway, Pep Guardiola says that the Champions League is a completely different competition from the Premier League after
morning.
Manchester City.
That's all I can tell him. Good morning.
He spoke my thoughts. After Manchester City struggled to a 2-2 draw at Lyon. Now, Pep Guardiola said, and I quote, "The Champions League showed me again. It is a different competition, especially for one reason. The players are better. You have time in the Premier League. You can lose games in the Premier League, and you still have 38 games to do. Here, there is huge quality. It's another completely different competition. When the draws are made," he said, or when the draws were made, okay, Manchester City, it will be easy, no problem at all. The people, when they say they never saw once in their life a game of Lyon, never saw one game of Hoffenheim, never saw one game of Shakhtar. From my experience, because I have more experience than most people, he said,
Hey, good.
this competition is completely different.
When I tell people that Jose Mourinho and Pep Guardiola are the same people, it's just expression that is different.
Just admit that you do not know.
Yeah,
Ignorance is...
his
my
expression is
goodness.
different. Did you hear what he said? He said,
Yeah.
and I have more experience,
More experience
than
than
most."
some, yeah,
Some
but
of
still.
my friend travel. Some of us pay for 2 different cable.
Subscriptions.
I was telling I think Lakumi downstairs that
Yes.
my TV bills every month is ridiculous because
Lakum is our producer, by the way.
yeah, because everybody, I mean, I have to pay for this cable network and this cable network.
Yes.
I'm tired. I just want one cable network that have everything. Unfortunately, not yet. But what it is look, he played a bad game yesterday, and he has to accept it that Lyon did well. The fact that Lyon won the first leg, he should have been better prepared for Lyon this time around.
Yes.
But he went and it was same old story. I think the only reason why he really didn't get anything from France yesterday was because Lyon, for the life of me, didn't know how to defend set pieces. And think about it, a Guardiola team needed 2 set pieces to score goals. That's not a Guardiola team. They usually dazzle and play from the wings and then get the ball in the box somehow and score. But there was no way to make those passes through. There were no spaces. simply put. They had to wait for dead ball situations to get those goals. And they did, which is a good thing, that maybe his team has other options of scoring apart from, passing the ball or running the ball in through the net, into the net. But what it is that they were shown up, and when you go deeper into these competitions, there will be matches like this,
Yes.
where you cannot score goals the way you'd like to score goals. And so the fact that they could deliver, even if it was just a draw, on those 2 goals from set pieces gives them a variety of options. But yes, good morning. Thank you for waking up and knowing that the Champions League is different from EPL.
It's a different.
Thank you.
My
And it
goodness.
doesn't take your kind of experience to know. Well, everybody knows the Champions League is different.
I'm telling you. Arsenal's Europa League tie in Ukraine against Wisla Poltava will go as planned on Thursday, according to UEFA, who just confirmed this, even as the country's president calls for martial law. Now, despite the Ukraine's parliament being set to consider President Petro Poroshenko's request for martial law, UEFA said, and I quote, "We confirm that the match will be played as scheduled, as is the case for all UEFA competition matches. All the necessary security measures will be undertaken. The Foreign and Commonwealth Office has published a page on its website advising Arsenal fans traveling for the match. The advice read, and I quote, "Events in Ukraine are fast moving. You should remain vigilant throughout Ukraine, monitor the media and this travel advice regularly." End of
Well,
quote.
the first good news is that the match has been moved to Kiev, so they don't have to travel. They're in the right city in case anything happens.
Yes, they have proper
rescue,
security.
yes, for rescue, at least for everything else. That's the first thing. And then they can take it from there. But it was a serious situation. I think 6 of their, I don't know what it is, 6 people were kidnapped or something. And there's a lot of drama going on in Ukraine.
Imagine the apprehension.
Yeah, not a very good time to travel. But you know that football fans will travel. They say, but there are human beings that are alive there now. Let's go. So, which is why, the Foreign Office is giving them all these directions. But the good news is that the match venue has been changed to somewhere that is easily and readily accessible to the rest of the world. So if anything happens, then evacuation can be made easy. Yeah, but that match will still go on. But Arsenal, I think they've already qualified. I don't think they are doing any hard work with this game. So yeah.
All right. So let's move on now to messages. Just take a few messages though. This one here from we have this one sent in from Nathan Njoku. Nathan says, Jose Mourinho likes the attention and controversies when he does not get it. He seeks them or creates one. Exactly why we do not care or pity him whenever he gets targeted by the press.
Who is we? When do you start speaking French?
He's added for that. And then we go to WhatsApp for more messages. Remember that WhatsApp number 0809 444 981. This one came in from Chimobi Victor from Alaba International. Chimobi says, "Congratulations to the Super Falcons for getting to the final, but the truth is they do not deserve to be in the final, but luck was on their side."
It's not your fault.
Chimobi,
when you finish, go and play penalty kick out and wait for luck. Or
said
shoot out and wait for luck.
Cameroon village people conspired to send them back home after playing fantastically well after 120 minutes. The Super Falcons should thank us that we're busy praying for them. Wow.
It's not your prayer, my dear.
Right.
Everybody was praying. Even in Cameroon, they were praying.
And George says, "Good morning, sports team. Please, Mourinho always likes attention, and that is what is affecting the Manchester United players. Do you think players like Sane is much better than Rashford or Martial? Guardiola allows his players to enjoy the glory, while Mourinho likes attention. Hashtag killing multiple people, multiple talents, and oh boy, that hashtag is pretty long. Lagos, we do have to take a break. Consider the hashtag and so many more stories and your messages that are coming in right now. Remember that number 0809 444 981. If you want to send it through Twitter at Smooth981FM, use the hashtag LockerRoom981.
I like the way
What?
people like to do drama. They'll finish the drama now. He has come to complain that Mourinho is the problem. The Mourinho will win and tell him, but I'm not the problem. Then they will not start vexing that why the Mourinho abused me. You will go to his domot and knock on his door and call him stupid. When he answer you now, you will start to cry and go and tell the rest of the world that this Mourinho is an fire. Meanwhile, now you start you all be alright.
A man who bombed the Borussia. Are we taking the story? I'll come back to just messages.
Let's come back to just messages.
Okay.
That's how, which day was that? So somebody asked, when they asked Onome the question, Onome answered them that if a 17-year-old girl is good enough to play in this team, they will bring her into the team. Otherwise, go to age grade championship and watch her.
I
That's
am telling
17.
you.
That's how Nigerian journalists are to vex. She's mad. Why did she talk
Why
like
she
that?
answer like that?
Why did she answer like Luka Modric? I said, you ask
answer
Onome.
like Luka Modric. Problem.
No. I said you ask Onome a big question. She should answer like Luka Modric. You wanted Luka Modric answer. You didn't go and ask Luka Modric question. Idiot. I get on my screen.
That will just tell you that they had no basis for making that statement whatsoever.
You make your statement.
Like, what's the point?
You ask Onome question.
Far Luka Modric.
Onome answer. He said he should have answered like Luka Modric the way he tactically. Go and ask Luka Modric the question.
No.
Exactly.
Do you give Onome the same privileges and rights that Luka Modric has?
Next time, if you ask Onome question, expect an Onome answer. It's that simple. You can't go to the fish market and buy yam. You will buy fish. Ask.
Why don't you have yam? You must have yam. Don't you know yam is good to go with fish?
Yeah, exactly. Very silly. Like I was telling one guy that he said, that I know she was angry, but she didn't answer me that. I said, you cannot upset somebody and then determine how the person reacts. That's just narcissistic.
That's borderline controlling.
Exactly. If you upset the person, get ready for any parameters of response.
Yep.
Take it like that. She answered the question like, I'm on.
I always wanted to be the next big rapper or musician, you know? But I thought unless you've got the connections, no one's going to show you how to take your passion and turn it into performance. That's what led me to search on the Google app to help me push my hustle forward. I had to find my own way. So I opened my Google app and got searching. Basics of music production.
Google does
tutorial,
transmit some events live.
everything just so the hustle could move. So if I find me, then you self will find me too. What will you search for? Fuel for your hustle by Google. Search now.
It's that time of year again. Time to shop, time to work those fingers and play fastest fingers first. Because it's Jumia Black Fridays. It's happening every Friday in November from 12 midnight on jumia.com.ng. Over 500,000 free discount vouchers, 5 treasure hunts at 99% off our Whoop, and 100 flash sales on
So
the
why
Jumia
can't
app every
ELP
Friday.
teams?
That's
EPL.
Black
EPL.
Friday
That's what you meant to write.
on Jumia. T's apply.
We're back.
Save money, shop easy. In partnership
Studio is
with
live.
Intel, Samsung, and Networks.
Hi, my name is Michelle Dede. You're listening to
Yes, we're your smoothest dial on radio at Smooth 98.1, listening to sports news inside of the locker room with Tega Supreme in the studio. Lagos, let's go back to the messages here. Bash from Yaba sent in this one. Bash says, who can't EPL teams play like Lyon with no fear when playing City? Chai, City will soon start buying Lyon players like they did to Monaco. City has only gotten 1 point from Lyon. Red Devils players are making things difficult for Mourinho. Those players are just average. He adds. Okay, so Sly sent in his other one. It says, for that celebration, I love Mourinho the more. Liverpool all the way today. All right, we know who you're giving your support now. My Shadowray sent us this one. It says, South Africa, be very afraid. We are coming for you, and then you will know a debt is paid. Mourinho, the hypocrite, complained about Conte's excessive celebration, but ends slamming water bottles on the floor after Fellini's goal. Leon lets Man City off the hook. Shout out to you guys. And the emotional relief my coach Mourinho expressed after that Fellini goal.
Hey, good.
I like how you just said, "Tega babe." Yeah?
You know.
Yeah. Quick messages here on Twitter before we go. Benny K says the likes of Lingard and Rashford excelled on the wholesale last season. So this talk in killing talent is either ignorant or
Dot.
and we're done. Well, thank you so very much, Tega. Find out on Supreme. Oh, she's checking. Oh, that's nice. And or